Welcome to Yosemite. So I wanted to do one of the Qi Gong videos here. Um, so basic posture with Qi Gong. You want your feet, and I realize you can't quite see my feet in this video, but I think you can see where my legs descend. Feet a little bit wider than hip width. Just minimally tuck your pelvis, not a big pelvic thrust or anything like that. And then just sink your weight. So my knees are slightly bent. Here's what I look like from the side. Again, just a real tiny pelvic tuck. And I'm more like resting on my skeleton than efforting to hold myself up. And my legs are really sore today because I did a lot of downhill yesterday actually. So my quads are feeling it. So our basic position, we're gonna raise our arms up. Just let your wrists be limp. And again, think about resting on your bones, resting on your structure. So this is the basic position. It's called a horse posture. Honestly, not really going to do a lot with this posture. It's just for your own edification. And it is a good place to come back to if you get lost in the movement or kind of lose sight of what you're doing. Come back here, slight tuck, knees bent, relax, rest on your skeleton. And so I'm going to go ahead and face you. This is one of my favorite movements. I'm going to spread my feet a little bit wider apart. This is called sharing sea with sky. So we're going to bend down as if gathering water from the ocean. I like to look down. Deep squat. Again, my knees are not coming over my toes. I'm just sinking back like as if I'm sitting back into a chair. Gathering the ocean, bringing it up to my heart center. My palms flip, reach up towards the sky, and gently come down. Bending down, gathering the sea. Flip your palms at heart center, look up, reach up, and come down. And so with Qigong, I'll usually do these movements repetitively for anywhere from, about a minute usually. I don't time it, but I think that's about right. And as I'm continuing to do this movement, so you can watch, just a couple things to be aware of. One, you want to think about the movement being in a continuous flow. So there's really no starting or stopping of the movement. It's a continuous cycle. I'll think about one of those old-fashioned water wheels in a river that's constantly moving, gathering water, dumping water. So you want to think about this movement as very, very cyclical. The second thing you want to think about is keeping the weight evenly distributed between your 2 feet. With this posture, with this pose, it's a little bit easier because we're not reaching, but there will be other ones where we reach to the side or reach across our midline. So it's just a good thing to start thinking about now is I have equal weight in both of my feet. Gathering the sea, flipping the palms at heart center, reaching up towards the sky. So along with continuous movement, our feet being equally grounded, you want to think about these movements as pumping fluid through your joints. So I'm doing about 70% of what I can do. I'm not coming up to full extension with my knees and my shoulders. I'm keeping everything 70-80% at all my joints. So it feels like a nice pumping motion going through my joints. So I'm actually pumping fluid through my joints versus trying to extend all of my joints fully, like, in a yoga posture or something like that. So I think for our introduction, that's going to be about it. One last thing I will say about Qigong in general, and you can certainly practice it with this pose, is to find the stillness within the movement. One of the reasons I love Qigong so much and continue to practice it is like a moving meditation. And for me, it's like a double-fold, triple-fold practice because I get the benefit of a meditation where I'm slow, I'm centered, but I also get the nice physical benefit of this feels really nice on my joints. It's good for my balance. So I would invite you after this video is done just to think about, some of the things I said and more just try to try to do this movement for a few minutes and think about really finding stillness within. Stillness in the movement. And I'm going to go ahead and just cycle through this a few more times without talking. And you're welcome to join me here or turn the video off and try on your own.